The holiday season is upon us. But if Americans were hoping for a Thanksgiving feast or a Christmas tree laden with presents, no luck. A supply chain crisis is this year's Grinch, bringing mass shortages, delivery delays, and record-breaking inflation.
Inflation hurts Americans' pocketbooks, and reversing this trend is a top priority for me. The largest share of the increase in prices in this report is due to rising energy costs.
So the president, with the tanking ratings and angry voters, has conveniently found the guilty party, energy. And it's true that prices have soared. In fact, a third of Americans had to skip or cut back on necessities like food and medicine to pay their energy bills in recent months. You'd think then, wouldn't you, that it wouldn't be the best time to even talk about shutting yet another pipeline.
As we enter the winter months and temperatures drop across the Midwest, the termination of the Michigan oil pipeline will undoubtedly further exacerbate shortages and price increases in home heating fuels at a time when Americans are already facing rapidly rising energy prices, steep home heating costs, global supply shortages, and skyrocketing gas prices.
Just the latest in a long line of non-fans of Biden's energy policy. No pipelines and no drilling, permits revoked and leases suspended. The White House has gone green, even if it means killing off thousands of jobs and leaving your citizens to shiver. But instead of taking ownership for that policy and the fallout now, the president and his people are pointing the finger elsewhere.
Oil is a global market. It is controlled by a cartel, and they made a decision yesterday that they were not going to increase beyond what they were already planning.
Never mind that America has enough supply in its own backyard to churn out some barrels and bring down those prices. Biden just won't turn on the taps. But OPEC should. Biden's not to blame for a cold winter. OPEC is. Biden's not responsible for you struggling to pay the bills. OPEC is. Just as well he explained it to us. Otherwise, it's all quite complicated, isn't it? Like the supply chain. Oh, well, I'd explain it to you, but you just wouldn't understand.
You hear a lot about the supply chains in the news, but frankly, not a lot of people have a clear understanding, whether they have a PhD or they didn't go to school, about how a supply chain works.
The blame game, a classic in any politician's playbook, and perfect for times of trouble. You know, like when your party was humiliated in the recent elections, you're racing to be crowned the least popular president in history, and now people can't even afford a warm and cozy Thanksgiving. And you're not even a year into your presidency.
Already home heating oil is up 59%, and home gas heating is up 28%. And it's going to get worse as the winter comes here. So some are projecting, some economists, that heating costs for homes will increase 100% by the winter. That's a big problem. That's going to cause a big political backlash for Biden. And I don't see what else, what much he can really do about it. You know, he's talking about maybe opening the petroleum reserves. But that's not going to have much effect because the problem is American energy companies, oil and gas companies, are exporting a lot of this commodity. And that's given them, convenient shortages here in the U.S. that allows them to boost their prices in the U.S. So can he stop them from exporting? I doubt that. If he opens the petroleum reserve, they'll just use that and export even more.